Governor Alex Otti, Your Excellency, please come to the front seat. We have something to ask you. Because right now, Nigerians, especially the Southeast, are asking you one question. What exactly did you discuss with President Tinubu about Nnamdi Kanu? What did you and other Southeast governors discuss with Mr. President? What exactly? Because at this point, I think his supporters are very much entitled to a little bit of information. The way you spoke a few months ago gave people real hope. You sounded confident. You sounded convinced. You sounded like someone who had access to inside information. You told us, word for word, that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was favorably disposed to releasing Nnamdi Kanu. In Nigerian political language, that means 60 to 70% assurance. You also said that you and other Southeast governors met with the president and that although you couldn't reveal everything to the public, assurances were given, Your Excellency. Assurances were given. And you said Nnamdi Kanu was coming home soon. But now, after the Federal High Court handed the life imprisonment verdict, everyone is running helter-skelter. Benjamin Kalu is putting out statements. You, Your Excellency, is also coming out to say that, Nnamdi Kanu will soon come home. So we are asking, what exactly did you tell Nnamdi Kanu during that DSS visit? Because you just revealed that he was briefed on part of the agreement reached with the federal government. We're still going to get into all of that. But what exactly did you tell him? That is the million-dollar question for today. So my people, you're welcome to Political Arena. Do well to like, subscribe, share, and join the conversation in the comments. Now let's dive into this explosive development. Governor Alex Otti has now reacted to the life imprisonment sentence handed down to Nnamdi Kanu on November 20th, 2025 by Justice James Omotosho. Omotosho is just about the most hated judge right now by IPOB members and supporters of Nnamdi Kanu. And you would understand why that will be. But back to Governor Otti's reaction. His statement raises even more questions than answers. According to Governor Otti, there is a strategy that was designed long before this judgment. Please follow me closely. Governor Otti says there is a strategy that was designed long before this judgment. Remember that in my video yesterday, I said, is this a script that they have been playing? Convicting Nnamdi Kanu, then granting him a presidential pardon. Benjamin Kalu hinted at that. Governor Otti is saying something similar, even though not exactly. But for him to say that there is a strategy that was designed long before now, which means this is a conversation, this is a carefully orchestrated plan as to how this thing will go. A strategy agreed upon during Kanu's trial. A strategy he claims he has already activated. So he said, his exact words, while Nnamdi Kanu can appeal his conviction, I want to assure the public that I have activated and will continue to pursue the agreed strategy until his freedom is achieved. The agreed strategy. The agreed. Who did you agree with? Who did you get into this agreement with? Right? So this means there were discussions behind closed doors. Discussions between governors and possibly the federal government. Of course, it has to be the federal government because they are the principal actors in this case. And according to Governor Otti, part of those agreements were communicated directly to Kanu during his DSS visit. So Kanu has been briefed. Otti told him, this is the strategy, this is what we want to do. And Kanu agreed. Not that he agreed, maybe he did not say Kanu agreed, but Otti is confirming that he communicated directly to Kanu some of the things that they have agreed with the federal government. Again, the question is this. What exactly was discussed? What exactly happened behind closed doors? What agreements were made? Were any conditions given to Nnamdi Kanu? If yes, what were those conditions? And why didn't those agreements stop this life sentence? Otti did not stop there. He criticized how the federal government handled the IPOB situation from the very beginning, calling it a mishandled grievance that was allowed to snowball into a national crisis. He believes if the government had engaged early, openly and sincerely, this entire situation might have taken a different turn. He appealed for peace, for calm, and he warned political actors not to exploit Kanu's trial for political gain. So he spoke directly to the people of Abia State and the entire Southeast, and he's urging restraint, urging patience, and also urging diplomacy. And at this point in time, I think I'd really like to commend the people of the Southeast, IPOB members, for maintaining their cool. A lot of people had anticipated that all hell would break loose, but I commend their conduct since this judgment was given. Back to what Otti said. This is the most critical part of Otti's entire statement. He said, Otti revealed that during the trial, an alternative resolution pathway was negotiated. He said that now that the court has delivered judgment, that part will fully activate. Otti revealed, now listen to me very carefully and follow me closely. Otti revealed that during the trial, an alternative resolution pathway was negotiated. He said that now that the court has delivered judgment, that part will fully activate, which comes back to the presidential pardon that we have been talking about. Is this what they really want to do? But I still have a problem with some of these things, and I'll still get to it. But let's still continue with Governor Alex Otti's statement. He insisted that the federal government gave assurances. He reaffirmed that dialogue, not force, remains the best option and the best solution. He even referenced his long-standing position, including his condemnation of the 2017 military raid on Kanu's home. In summary, Otti believes Kanu can still come home, but this brings us back to the beginning. If assurances really existed, if agreements were made, and if the federal government was indeed favorably disposed to releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Now, let me begin to talk to you about my own observations about this entire situation. If Otti had a conversation with Nnamdi Kanu, if Otti told Kanu, this is the agreement we have reached with the federal government, did Kanu agree? Because anyone in detention, and you have people negotiating for your freedom, and they come to you to tell you, okay, the person that is the principal actor in your case, we have appealed to the person and they have agreed to follow a certain pathway in order for you to be free. If you were that person in detention, you would try as much as you can to stay put. Kanu's behavior in court, the way Kanu was aggressive towards the judge, his utterances did not portray someone who agreed to any terms or conditions that were given to him. Kanu most likely believed he could get himself off the hook. Because, look at it this way. If you were in detention and somebody comes to tell you, oh, the person who is prosecuting you says, don't worry, we have a pathway. If you come to court, you'd literally just relax and allow the judge do his thing. There's no need to get overly aggressive or verbally abusive. There's absolutely no need for that. But what we saw is a man fighting for his life, a man fighting for his freedom, a man who was drowning and needed to save himself. That was what we saw Kanu doing in court. Kanu did not come across as somebody who was giving assurances. He didn't come across as somebody who had it at the back of his mind that I'm going to get out of this very soon. So I'm trying to make sense of what Governor Otti said. Otti is looking forward to winning a second term. He's still very much interested. This is a very sensitive case, and he would try as much as he can to play around it as carefully as he can. It is possible that he engaged with the federal government. It's a question of whether the federal government engaged with him. Did the federal government renege on their promise to him? That's another thing. But he said something that was quite striking. Now that he has been convicted, the other option will be fully activated. The other option will be fully activated. Ben Carlo also confirmed this, and Alex Otti is confirming the same thing. Is this a script they have been playing all along? But if it is a script, then Nnamdi Kanu should be very much on board. He should be very much on board. I have too many questions, but let me just stop here and know what you think. Join the conversation in the comments. This is Political Arena. I'll see you on the next one.